Handball into the area. Hanging around. And Leach gets his head on that one. Maguire can now clear. It's the main. Oakley. Just can't quite get that one under control.
Yeah, but it's nice to see the two looking for each other every opportunity. It'll make everything so much easier for each other.
Main. Allen is back there, does well to step inside. Advantage played there?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm looking for what advantage. I probably want to get the big boys up and get the ball in the box.
Man does well, gets to the byline. Almost picked out Henderson in the back post. Yeah, good spot from the referee, nudging in the back there from O'Hara. He's kicked the ball away there in frustration. He'll have a talking to, probably a little bit too early to, you'd think, to see the yellow card produced here, but you'd think the next.
You say that though, like
if look at the Hibs game.
If you're going to get booked for that in 30 minutes, why not get booked for after 5? Like that's one that if it's deemed he's going to be just like delaying play, which he has.
Yep,
that's a booking.
Yeah, I know it doesn't matter what time.
It's not even like he's kicked it in direct general direction of where the free kick was. He kicked it from where the free kick was.
It was obvious intent as well.
Yeah, it's not. Sometimes you try and get away with those ones.
Henderson just to go around the wall, and Linus did spell it, but again not really troubled. It's a poor kick. McGinty actually manages to help that on crucially. So they're trying to try and play that one into Henderson's stride, but I don't think the two of them were quite on the same wavelength.
Yeah, it's not a bad pass. I quite like that from Frankie, firing it in front of him, and it's a wee bit yard in front of Hendel, who came looking for it for feet. It's good movement from Hendel to try and lose his man.
Top Agbert. It's down. 1 foot through that one. Oakley will give chase, but
good area.
Was it a play? As you say, team are now able to push up.
Yeah, when the ball's bouncing out in the centre of the park, there's nothing really on for Scotty there. So he's got them penned in a corner and can set the press from here. Looks like Hamilton are sort of switching between a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-3-3. Barry Maguire definitely looks like the deepest of the midfielders. And
yep.
Telfer and Robinson playing ahead.
Quick throw. Looking for Main. Nice idea again, but just the execution doesn't quite come off. Ollie Shaw will give this a good chase. Marshalled off it by
good race that.
Stanger. Heavy touch from McKinnon under pressure. Back to Clark, clears. Danger not away though. Stephen Bradley. Hagberg tidies up and Hamilton squandered a good opportunity there.
Yeah, sloppiness. It's one of them, not one of them.
There we go. Jay Henderson just can't quite get that one out his feet.
Yeah, that passing out from the back there, if one person's tidy about it, then all the ones leading after that will all be a bit messy. That was the case there.
Dempsey. Henderson flicks to Masonda. Oakley back to Henderson, but it doesn't quite come off, sorry. You see the manager just try to tell his players to calm down there. 9 minutes gone. Neither team really settled into the game as of yet. Hamilton probably had the better of the opportunities so far, if any.
Yeah, I guess they've had 2 shots, one of which obviously went in, but via a handball. So
over the top to Curtis Main. McGinty will marshal that one out. Notice McGinty, captain now of Hamilton, obviously captain of Ayr United and captain Morton before that. He's clearly
must have something in his deal.
I know, eh?
Nah, Ginch was brilliant in the change room here, you know. A right leader, so not surprised to see him end up with the armband after too long at Hamilton, sorry.
Throw forward. Sondner meets it first of all. Son McLennan. Man back to his keeper. For Oakley.
Well done, George.
So now Jay Henderson. Curtis Main's made around to the box. Can I find him? He does! And again, that delivery, Curtis Main heads just wide on that occasion, but what a ball in. And
yeah, that was outstanding from Jay.
given Curtis's quality, does he probably feel he should do better with that? Is that harsh?
Because he's at full tilt and he's stretching to get there, but what I would say is it's just so refreshing when you're playing through the middle, and Jay he had one look there, saw the run of Curtis and just got his head down and whipped it first time out when he gets the ball at his feet, which is it's an absolute dream for a striker. It means you don't need to be chopping, changing your run, you just get your running your man, and with Jay's quality will put it in the right areas.
Sondra does well to meet that one. Main. Dempsey, good run off there. McLennan into the area, McGinty clears. McLennan looks to have...
Yeah, it looked awkward the way he crossed that there, yeah.
hurt himself in the process there. One to keep an eye on.
Sure, it'll be alright. It's one of those, you almost jar your ankle sometimes when you're sprinting and then have to stop and cross at the same time.
Jay Henderson to take and swinger towards the front post, flicked on. Eventually cleared. It's a very poor pass out though by Regan Tumulty. Henderson. Main goes down under the challenge of McGinty. Free kick given. Bit of arse as we've seen Telfer and Frankie Musonda there, referee again just having a word.
Yeah, Telfer just tried to delay play there, but I don't think the referee speaks to Telfer unless Frankie actually does that. The only reason he's speaking to him is because he's pulling the two of them over.
Because Frankie's pulled him up for it, essentially.
That's the frustration you have as a player.
It'll be Jay Henderson again this time. Ball towards the back post. It's danger. Looked as if he had the jumper on his defender there, but didn't quite manage to direct the header goalward. Another good ball in though.
Yeah.
So again for another Hamilton throw take will be taken by Jackson Longridge, who actually came through the academy set up here. The young boy.
Good knowledge.
Good career. He played for the likes of Bradford City, Livingston. I think he followed David Hopkins down to Bradford City actually from Livy at that around that sort of time. Looking for Robinson. Throw-ins given the way of Hamilton. And this presents a good chance for Hamilton to perhaps get some bodies in the box here. Down. Cleared away by George Stanger. Longridge. Looking for the return ball to the ball in behind Jonathan Robinson, but I don't think he was quite ready for it.
Yeah, hard ball to play there.
Clark sends this one along towards Oakley again. Bouncing around in that area, it's Telfer with it. Dylan McGowan. Bear does well to meet the initial header. That through ball's straight to goalkeeper Josh Clark. Has been rather scrappy in terms of attacking action so far.
Neither team's really found their flow yet.
McGowan. Tumulty. Inside goes back to McGinty. It's a risky ball to play, but very nearly ended up being a rather lucky ball through.
Tell you what, we'd have never heard the end of that.
Quickly intercepts, but ball's still with Hamilton. Tumulty in space on the right. Swings the ball into the area. Agbear clears.
One thing you can see with this Hamilton team today is they're so narrow and the wide players, the width is, if ever, going to come from the fullbacks. So I guess when we're building out, we need to, invite that initial press in the centre of the park where they have the bodies, but then the out ball is the wide areas and hopefully create the space for our wider wingers to go get attacking them.
Tumulty does well there, wins the corner off of Scott McMahon, and another good chances for Hamilton to try and work the set play. Another ex-Ayr man, Stephen Bradley, to take this one. And swinging ball into the area, flicked on. Free kick given there. Yeah, you mentioned Hamilton's setup there. It's quite an interesting one from a fan's point of view looking on. You've probably got three guys out there that can play centre forward. Ollie Shaw, Scott Robinson, Kevin O'Hara as well have all done a job leading the line for previous clubs beforehand. Interesting dynamic, not really. Stephen Bradley probably only recognised wide.
Yeah, exactly.
Wide man.
The Spooner score update. Morton 1, Queen's Park 0.
Oakley flicks on to McLennan. Ball into the area, Main. Oakley can't just quite get it under control. Masonda. Oakley.
Just never really sat from there.
Sonda again. McKinnon. Into the area it goes, bouncing around, headed on by Main and straight through to Linus. Queen's Park struggling.
Yeah. Not really sure. I don't know if they maybe feel that they're safe of the drop. I don't know. It's an interesting time to be sacking Callum Davidson without somebody sort of lined up to take the job. That's been a week now.
Yep.
Sort of the philosophy that Queen's Park have gone with is like the total football, but it's a tough time to bring somebody in to implement total football at this time of the season.
Okay, we'll keep that one in. Does very well, sends two defenders. Goes main! Oh, just wide of target. Good passage of play there from United. I say good passage of play. Great work from George Oakley.
Yeah, he does brilliant, because I thought the pass was on for Cole, the inside pass, but George sends the two defenders the wrong way, and I just think if he can maybe, if the ball to Curtis is a wee bit set, a wee bit better, you know, less of a bobble and a wee bit more in front of him, he can maybe step onto it a wee bit, but it's probably been utter critical because it's brilliant play by George in the first place to not only get the end of it but then to create the opportunity.
Bradley flicked on. Shaw. Here he is again. Long range. Telfer. Masonda. Oakley. Henderson. For the ball into Conor McLaren. It's a good area. Linus punches clear.
Oh.
Oh. Referee over to the word with Darian McKinnon.
It's just slowing the game down though. Again, do something about it. And they kept the ball away again. It's just
frustration on the pitch, frustration in the commentary box.
Yeah.
Ball into the area. Clearing up against Bradley does well. Ball back in, main flicks on. Oh, it's just wide of target again. See it again here. Area.
Positive, I guess, from the early stages here is that it looks like both wingers have got their eye in for the crosses. Some brilliant balls in from both sides. Did I miss? Let McAllister get a presented with something before the kick-off?
He did. For 100 appearances for Ayr United.
Oh.
Can't believe you missed that.
I think I deliberately timed that. He'll be looking for a statue rather than a trophy.
Not only that, but you also missed the 3 pictures of you I put onto the slideshow, seeing as you complained the last time.
Really?
Yeah.
I have been doing this for 6 months now.
Hamilton given the foul there on the far side.
Guess it's where you see the difference, you know, now that we're one of the top teams in the league and up the top. You know, Hamilton are taking their time over every free kick as well, but they're quite happy to do that, whereas they're deliberately slowing us down to stop any type of momentum.
Telfer towards the back post. Met by
Oh,
McGinty.
it's a foul.
Yep. Foul given on Curtis Main. I think it seemed quite obvious from where we were.
Yeah, I mean, we're right in line with John Rankin and that foul there, and he seemed to not be able to believe it, but it looked like clear barge in the back.
Danger. Henderson will give chase. Back to McGinty. Long range again. Ball forward, O'Hara. Chasing, but Agbear does well. McKinnon quite Can't quite get that one under control, sorry.
Well done, Connor.
Yeah, McLaren just bringing everything under control there. He's still got it. Can he keep it in? He does.
Just brilliant composure in the centre of the park.
Still going, Conor McLennan. Oh. Looking for that cut back to Cole McKinnon.
Brilliant from Connor to pick the ball and just run there. Wasn't able to pick anyone out there, but I'll be honest, I actually couldn't see who he could have picked out there. It was a well marked up in the centre. This will take time because Sean McGinty ties his knots about 40 times on his boots.
Oh really?
The tightest tied boots I've ever seen in football. So that'll buy that. That was a 2-minute stoppage there for Gint to get his.
They can't be that tight if he's having to tie them 25 minutes in.
I don't know exactly. I don't know what he was doing.
Sonda. Henderson.
Good run, Cole. Unlucky. Great offer from Cole.
Not Lenny Agbear's best ball there.
No, he's not wrong. He's seen the space is back out this way, so right idea. Just looked like it popped up and he caught it on the half volley there.
I believe Lenny Agbear joins up with the Scotland Under 21 squad tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the Voice of Reason reported.
Did it? You're good. Well done. Oh, okay.
Good switch of play there from O'Hara in the end. Thought the MC done enough to win it. Back over to this near side. It's with O'Hara again. Interception from Dempsey. Clennon White to Scott McMahon. All bobbling around on the sidelines.
If you can come out.
Clennon beats Stephen Bradley towards the front post. George Oatley, good touch. Just ran that one out of play.
Yeah, I think he's got to pull him back here. It's ridiculous.
Again, another example of Hamilton just slowing things down. As you say, just not letting us quite get into our stride here at the moment. It was a good initial interception from Ben Dempsey, and then he appeared to be hauled back as he tried to break free.
It was always hauled back twice.
Yeah. If he's calling Ben Dempsey back again, this all seems a bit unnecessary over the one instant. It's another good.
You do wonder, like, these refs are often getting reviewed, and it's like, how can that not be getting pulled up? I'm not sure if there's anyone in reviewing today, but they often are, because you always hear of it, where the referee says he has to do certain things, he's getting reviewed. And that can't be the standard. Slowing the whole game down. He's probably stopped the game about 5 times now.
Yep.
For a minute each, to have discussions with people, not showing one card.
Yeah,
now, you don't want to show cards, but I mean, a talking to doesn't take a minute.
No, exactly.
He's doing everything at his pace.
That flick on just trickled all the way out for an United throw in. Again, I'm in the same view. I think if a player's refusing to be talked to, just book him.
Exactly. It's like all Hamilton have done in this first 30 minutes is they've refereed the game. They've decided when it's slowed down. They've decided when they're kicking the ball away, and there's absolutely no repercussions. I mean, they're just going to keep doing it till somebody gets a booking.
Josh Clark very well out there in the end. Danger back to Josh Clark, under pressure now from O'Hara. Missed kick clearance, Ollie Shaw chance. Good save, good recovery. Dempsey's scramble it clear, he does, and luckily United escape out for a throw in, but I mean that really should have been much worse for us.
Yeah, I feel we looked to play, we didn't do it when it was on to play, and then by taking our time you then just invite more pressure, and as we see that the one slack pass almost puts them in. That's twice now that's going to happen. Yeah, it's been a very stop-start 30 minutes. This is exactly what Hamilton will be looking for. Maybe want to keep it as 0-0 as long as possible. Very
much similar to the game up there most recently in the 2-0 one that we won in the end. It was 0-0 for so long before that Mark McKenzie header. And
yeah, you're just right. And, you know, right saying they took the lead, didn't they? They went 1-0 up, and that is all they were looking to do that day, were they not? And then we scored 2 back-to-back.
No, I think we just scored 2 back-to-back. We did score 2 quick goals. If you remember, Jay Henderson had a penalty.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, Jay had one. It was 0-0, and then it went 2-0. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. As you say, they're just exactly what they're trying to do. Exact same. They'll probably think they didn't get what they deserved out of that match. They probably implemented the exact same tactic.
I remember it being an incredibly frustrating afternoon that day, and so real bit of quality from Jake Casey to pick up Mark McKenzie. It was a fantastic header that brought the deadlock. Sunder. And Hamilton managed to clear. Shaw, good flick on. O'Hara finds Bradley in space now. Looking wide to Tumulty. It's a poor pass, and the man does well to intercept. Just tries to knock that one past Stephen Bradley, and just frustration all round, I think.
Yeah, Scotty does brilliant just to take that interception, but
O'Hara looking for that one round the corner to Shaw. Agbear intercepts. Maguire. McKinnon flicks on. McGinty. Eventually the ball is taken under control by Stephen Bradley. Looks over the top to Ollie Shaw. For the return ball to Bradley. Into the area it goes, over the back, and
well seen by Frankie.
Yep.
Again, you can see the quality, you know. The Hamilton do have Bradley took the ball in the half turn there, and just, you know, Shaw's probably got understanding now, because we know from Stevie's quality that the minute Stevie gets in the half turn, he's just taken off and just causes a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, back to Clark. United put themselves under real pressure here. Man, for the run of Oakley. Ginty first to it. McLennan. Challenged by Tumulty. Slightly overhit that time and out for a throw in. Again, fans are starting to get frustrated now. It's getting to that point in the game, as you say. It's nothing really is happening.
And we know, like, it's because we've had that wee scare beforehand. You can see what we're trying to do. We're trying to invite a press from Hamilton, so that then we can go over it with a long one with the 2 direct boys. So we're deliberately almost inviting a wee bit pressure on ourselves. That one there was a wee bit close for comfort, but I guess that's it at its best. When you can entice them that much, you get more space in behind. So that's the reason why, but I can understand it's a wee bit uncomfortable, some people sitting behind us.
Lovely play from Curtis May, and that's a good challenge there.
Well done, Jay.
McKinnon. Into the area it goes. Tumulty clears. Man, back to Dempsey.
Well done.
McLennan. Half-a-yard looks for the shot. Deflected.
This is much better though from us. This is where we're at our best, when the ball keeps coming out.
Did you see that?
Well recovered, Lenny.
Recovered.
But that's where we're at our best, when the ball keeps coming out and we're right on the second balls and we just sustain attacks. Because that's almost when you see teams sort of creak a wee bit under the pressure. Well done.
Interception from Stanger. Henderson looking for that ball to Main, but Barry Maguire's first to it. McGowan. Ball forward looking for Ollie Shaw, using that pace in behind. Calls for a handball there.
Well seen out again. Good.
Clark
Much better.
takes a bit.
Touch.
Yeah. You give the ball away again there. Telfer. McGinty's ball. Clark has to play that one out of play, and United again just causing their own troubles at the moment. Robinson. Ball finds a way to Stephen Bradley onto his left foot. Goes for goal, deflected.
Well done.
Good block by Lenny. Agbert. Henderson now. That's a poor ball out. Telfer slips in, Ollie Shaw. O'Hara. Balls into the area. Bradley's flick. Wide of target. First real sustained spell of pressure there from Hamilton, and it doesn't come to anything for them.
Yeah, once again, it's coming from us.
Masters of our own downfall at the minute.
You're right.
Ball out to Masonda now. Henderson under pressure from Longridge. Goes back to Stanger. Dempsey. Back to the goalkeeper again. Ball on target.
Incomplete.
Yeah. 38 minutes on the clock now. United 0, Hamilton 0 again. Nothing really to report. You'd probably say that Ollie Shaw chance when Josh Clark passed him the ball was the best opportunity, and even then he's quite far out to even.
Josh is right on top of him. It's not an easy one. He needs to almost lift it instantly. Then you've got the one where if you lift it instantly, there's recovering defenders are probably going to get on the line and clear it anyway. So much of a mistake it was. Still not a great chance.
Yep. Stephen.
You see it again though. Bradley's picking up those pockets and getting the half turn, and you can just see O'Hara and Shaw.
Just enough on that ball there from Cole McKinnon.
Yeah, good pass.
McLean. To the byline. Ball into the area, cleared. And Bradley can just some forward to O'Hara. Maguire helps that forward into a good area. Ollie Shaw giving chase. Agbe misjudges the bounce of the ball. Shaw goes for goal. And that's into the new development site for the Nutrien complex.
Yeah. I'm frustrated by how easy that was. Come on, Josh. See Frankie. Well done.
High foot given there against Frankie Masonda. What was your take on that one? Because normally if you put your head down towards the ball, then it
Frankie will probably decide himself. It probably wasn't a great touch. The minute the touch pops back up, Frankie's obviously still trying to control it, and Charlie's just put his head in and he knows he's going to get the foul. Do you know what I mean? The minute there's any sort of risk of a head injury these days, it's an easy decision for the ref. It's better though from Josh, just clipping that out. That out ball is fullback's the one you just kind of hope that they take it a positive touch forward, but no, good idea from both Frankie and Josh.
Oakley trying to.
Well defended.
Yeah,
really
did
well
very well to riddle it again. Dempsey looking for Curtis Main, and again it just comes to nothing. 5 minutes or so to go here in this first half. The score stay like this. What do you reckon or what do you expect the manager to be saying to the players at half time?
I think the biggest, there's not really been much in the game which has probably made Hamilton look better than what they are. If we just keep holding the ball, we're not looking after the ball at all here. It's just, that's when Hamilton are at their most dangerous. It's in the transition. Obviously we don't want to be giving away things like this, because this is exactly what they're looking for. Send the big boys up. We know from against playing here last year, the sort of threat that he poses from set pieces.
Bradley into the area. Josh Clark down just now. Trying to work out what's going on with Josh Clark. Is that his chest he's holding?
Yeah, I think it sounded like John Rankin was shouting to Stevie the physio that it sounded like he was choking, but I don't know if he's heard that maybe from the ref or something. But he did go down last week against Partick Thistle with holding his chest, and I wasn't sure what it was, or maybe he just caught winded or something. I don't know if did he hit the post there when he did that see through? I don't know if it looked like he had his hand on it, but I don't think he ran into it.
No.
Not sure what that is.
Both camps just using this opportunity to get the players in. Seems to be all right for now, anyway. Certainly one to keep an eye on, though, when you've only got a couple of minutes to go until half time. Will they manage to see it out? If it's something like that, you probably don't take any risk with it.
Yeah. Oh, no way. I think he's just volleyed Curtis's shoulder.
Yeah,
he got his foot above Curtis's shoulder. It looked like either of them moved.
Curtis Main made absolutely no movement towards the player or towards the ball, for that matter, whatsoever. Again, as you say, it's another chance for Hamilton just to slow things down, regroup, get bodies at the park. Linus will send this one forward.
I think at this stage of the half, you just take getting a 0-0.
Yep. He's towards the back post. Sonda heads away. Maguire. Longridge. Wins the throw in eventually off of Henderson. Scott Brown applauding the press though. Something that he's so big on. We've talked about it so many times, and the past couple of weeks, especially the Thistle game, he wasn't. That was his biggest disappointment. Probably was the desire to go and press and be aggressive. Henderson. Oakley hauled back quite clearly by McGinty, and eventually referee.
She bet the other one, I know. Just volleyed it out the stadium.
Yep, very good shout for 2 yellow cards there. I was about to say that's the first booking of the game.
First booking, yeah.
First booking, Sean McGinty into the boot. I mean, he had absolutely no choice with that one, but there has been a few so far that, as you say, rather than the 2-minute conversation, if you're not willing to talk, well, I'll book you. I'll just book him in the first place. It's a bookable offence.
I think McGowan's probably got away with that kick out the pitch because there was already a booking and a stoppage.
McLean. Past the 45-minute mark. Ball into the area. Agbear flicks on and just doesn't quite falter near body. O'Hara clears, thumps it along. All the way back to Josh Clark.
Get the ball. No, forward.
Henderson now, space to drive.
May
Towards
go all
the
the way
back
through.
post. Phil given there. Challenging Stephen Bradley. It's one of those ones when he goes down, as you say, he goes down with the holding the head, the referees.
Ben stepping on to try and win the contact. The minute he collapses, he's going to get the free kick.
And there you have it, the half-time whistle sounds. Ayr United 0, Hamilton Accies 0 at the break here at Somerset Park. Frustrating one.
Very, very bitty game. Nothing really in it. But probably lack of quality from both teams, which suits Hamilton more, considering where they are in the league table. But you know, the manager will get in there. He'll probably ask for a wee more composure on the ball and look for a reaction for the second half.
And suppose, as you say, all to play for in that second half. You're in a level playing field, so expecting a big performance in the second half from Ayr United, and we'll see you back here in 15 minutes or so for the beginning of that period. welcome back to Somerset Park for the start of this second half between Ayr United and Hamilton Accies. After a goal stalemate in the first half, United will be hoping to unlock the Accies defence for the first time and perhaps another couple of times in this second period. Anton, we just said it can't really get much worse from a viewer's point of view.
Yep. Thanks for sticking with us, everyone.
Definitely. Hoping for a big second half performance here.
Yeah, definitely. You know, one thing that we've had throughout Scott Brown's reign is a reaction in the second half when things haven't quite been at it in the first few. Probably quality was lacking there in the first half, but he'll be looking for improvement on that, but also just a bit of aggression and physicality. He'll be looking for that to go through the roof as well.
The sense you just need something to get the crowd lifted a wee bit as well. It's been quite flat so far, not had much to cheer about. It's a good pass there by Agbear. You saw that.
It was a brilliant pass.
Great ball in behind to Henderson. Can he get there?
I don't think he's given it. Yeah, but well done. That'll be something they've discussed. You know, it was kind of on in the first half, but if you don't do it quickly enough, you give Hamilton an opportunity to shuffle and shut the opportunities down. But no, that was brilliant from Lenny. Changed the point of attack and just clicked the ball into Frankie, who just stole about 40 yards. And instantly you're in the final third, and you know, we bit too much on the ball, but an opportunity to get a cutback there.
Tomoti's throw. Met by Agbear out for another throw in. Right up. Clearing back to McMahon. Bobbling around Bradley. Dempsey, McLennan. No, United can break. On to Cole McKinnon. Goes for the stripe. Deflected off of McGinty, but that'll safely claimed by Dean Linus.
Definite pass back there.
Worth a go, I guess, when you get into that sort of area. Perhaps on that occasion the ball was wide on the right hand side, but I suppose the
start of the second half up, I don't think I'd be complaining at Cole for having a shot there. It sort of just lifts the intensity a wee bit that we get another shot on target, if you know what I mean, so another attack. So you just want to lift the amount of dangerous attacks. Here we are pressing straight away, and you know, things like that, balls going straight out from the goalkeeper, that can only sort of feed the motivation to the players that, you know, that press is going to work. You are going to get the ball back high up the pitch.
Curtis Main.
Well done.
Wins another throw in there. United have managed to win themselves a corner there. It didn't look to be many great prospects on.
No, they've done well.
From the throw,
especially the throw up to Curtis in the first place was kind of down a bit of an alley, so he did well to keep the ball, and then an opportunity now for Henderson to deliver.
We know how good this delivery can be. Can they produce something here? Ball into the area, back post. Main's header. He's able to
Cuts us really well there to, you know, get himself a wee half yard, but unfortunately just the header back across. Hits the back of the defender.
You look at your United's bench today, it's a welcome return, obviously Jamie Murphy coming back into the squad after a few weeks out. Certainly a lot of quality on that bench that could impact the game later on.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to have Murph back with his quality, and just only adds to strength and depth in our dynamic. Obviously he's been out for a few weeks, as you say, so maybe not quite ready to start just yet, but we know his quality that can come off the bench.
Henderson returns the ball to Masonda. Can he keep it in? It
Well done.
goes out for a corner, and the United fans starting to get behind the team again here.
Yeah, it was good play down the right hand side there between Henderson and Masonda. Actually thought Masonda got held back a wee bit, so it didn't look like he was going to quite get there, but no, he does well, and an opportunity to put in the box for a bit of quality.
Henderson again. Into the area it goes. Curtis Main just can't quite get the purchase on the header. Agbear keeps it alive. McKinnon. Henderson again. Ali Shaw beaten to that one by George Stanger. Return ball to Henderson, gets it. Tries again, and it's just skewed over the bar. And again, Hamilton in no rush to take this one. Agbear.
Well done, Josh.
Main deserves to bring that one down. McLennan. Doesn't quite fall for him there. Only Shaw giving chase in that channel ball. Looked to have run that one out of play.
Well done,
in the
George. Another one kicked away.
the flag does go up there, yep. That should be a booking.
That's a third we've had now.
Told him 3 times not to do it, and he's still not produced the yellow card. Showing my bias here, but it is frustrating when you're
Trying to get momentum in the game.
definitely.
Again, they're refereeing it. And the referee's allowing it. Well done, Josh.
Clark gets things going quickly. Masonda on the right. Main dropping in. Still in McGowan.
Well done.
Finds Jay Henderson on the right hand side. Oakley's at the front post. Out for another United corner.
That was really good movement from Cole McKinnon to create the space there, and Main just pops into the space created and manages to link it. Another good attack.
Yeah, you sense United have stepped up a little bit in terms of the intensity in the second half so far.
I feel like whatever's been told from at half time regarding the ways to get out is definitely working, because we're getting into the final third easier now, and a better tempo. It's just giving a platform for the attacks to happen.
Henderson, ball towards the back post. McGinty forced to flick it out, our corner. Not a bad area. It looked as if Lenny Agbear was odds on to get his head on that one initially, and then just maybe slightly overhit.
Yeah, I think maybe a bit miscommunication as to where the ball was going. Don't think Lenny was ever deep enough to actually get on the end of the ball around the back, but
Henderson's ball in again. It's cleared by Tumulty. King's ball to Henderson is a poor one. And the Lackeys can break. It's Ollie Shaw. Longridge. Shaw back to Longridge again. Chance for Ollie Shaw to get a shot away, is it? Foul eventually given on.
Good defending again there from George. Does
George
really well.
Looks like Dylan Watts strapped and ready to come on for United. A player who started the season so strongly, found himself out of the team slightly kind of in and out the past couple of weeks, but another very good option to have off the bench in that kind of right wing back role.
Yeah, I think he'll be probably going to the right back there, and it's probably nothing to do with how Frankie's performed. It's probably he offers a different threat attacking wise, with his running power and his pace. Might give us another option just to overlap Jane and get to the byline for the crosses, because I'm pretty sure it was the home game here early in the season he was devastating. He got an assist for Georgie. I just put one on the plate for me as well, where I've gone just over the bar. So he's got previous for causing mayhem against Hamilton, so hopefully he can do so again in the next 35 minutes.
Tumulty's ball towards the back post. Falls in there to Stephen Bradley. Can he go for a goal? He does.
Good.
Straight down the throat of Josh Clark. See it again here. Good touch out his feet, Stephen Bradley.
It's one of those where it is straight down the middle. See, you're hoping he does. Oh, brilliant ball by Lenny. It's one of those where it's straight in the middle, Josh there, but we know how well Stevie Bradley can hit the ball, so there's probably a fair bit of movement on it. So it's good that he was nice and tidy with his hands there.
On the ball into the area, cleared by McGinty. Telfer. Longridge hoofs forward, only out for a throw in. Frankie was under struggle. I think he's indicating towards the bench he wants that sub to be made. Yeah, he's gone down just in the centre of the pitch there. Frankie Saunders returned to action last 57 minutes.
Yeah, I hope that's just maybe just a lack of
kind of match fitness.
Match fitness, because he's been good, and you see exactly just how composed and good he is in the ball there, and because he's naturally a centre half, the aggression that you have from him at right back is another solid aspect to a back four. But as we said, Dylan will bring a different aspect to the attack, overlapping Jane, hopefully getting to the byline and delivering a few crosses.
Henderson. Ball into the on his left foot this time. It's just evades everyone again at the back post, and it's just that feeling of frustration. We can't seem to quite conjure up or we haven't really produced a clear-cut opportunity so far.
No, I think Connor's obviously he's doing what everyone should do as a winger and get in the back post. But he's felt because he's probably not favourite for the ball there, he has to get up early. But in doing so, he pulls himself out of the position where the ball ends up. So it's a tough one. He's had to make a split decision to go and attack it.
For a touch from Dylan McGowan. Gives Ayr United the throw in. Bradley goes down, but it looks as if he won the ball. Scott McMahon.
Go update. Falkirk 1, Airdrie 0.
Bradley. Robinson hits the deck, looking for a free kick, nothing given. Kind of heads forward, McGowan. Flicked on by Robinson. Bradley brings it down. McGinty under pressure, does well, wide to Longridge. And still in water. Can you looking to hit
He
that
must
one?
be off, yeah.
Forward, yeah, Ollie Shaw offside.
Good line speed from the back four there meant that caught Ollie Shaw offside.
Take the quick one here, McLennan. Does well. Ball back. Good recovery from Regan Tumilty, another United corner. Conor McLennan does appear to have taken a sore one in the process.
Yeah, he was got caught from the block tackle. But no, it's good from Dempo to play the free kick quick.
Short one, McLennan beats two, goes for goal. It's a great block again from Hamilton. McKinnon.
Great header, Cole.
Curtis Main. McKinnon. Jay Henderson in space, can he go for a goal? Cuts inside, goes for a goal and just drags it slightly past the post, but keeper Dean Linus was rooty. I think if that had been a few inches further to the right, it's probably going into the back. Yep.
No, it's not far away. He's caught everyone by surprise there, reversing
I
it.
thought he was going to whip it into the far corner
Yeah. Or even
initially.
maybe even stand up the back because George and Curtis are up the back post as well. So it's good though. It's a little bit more positive.
Again, Dean Linus not rushing to take this one. And Dempsey's ball forward. It's a very good interception from Dylan McGowan because George Oatley was certainly through if he didn't win that. Ollie Shaw wins a free kick.
Bit of a frustration there. Both centre halves going for the same ball and probably lucky we got caught with just a free kick.
Another goal update. Morton 2, Queen's Park 0.
Looks as if they're about to make another substitution. I don't know if you caught who it was.
Marco Roos is my guess.
Telfer. Good block by Henderson, but it does
Yeah,
go
does
out for a
well to stop the cross.
Hamilton corner. Bradley's ball goes all the way deep, and Barry Maguire's effort deflects onto the post. Real let-off for United. We see it again here. Ball from Bradley goes straight through, bounces around, falls to Maguire, and it just clips outside of the post via the edge of the deflection. Corner. But a big let-off. To the area it goes from Stephen Bradley. Ollie Shaw heads, and Ollie Shaw scores. Error undone at the set piece. Ball to the back post. Ollie Shaw heads home. Free header. And United are behind on 64 minutes. Ollie Shaw's 11th league goal of the season. For Hamilton Accies, and out of nowhere, the away side have the lead. Very disappointing goal to concede. Meeting gets us back underway. Agbear looks to send forward. It's a poor ball by his standards. Of course, we just saw that substitution has been made. Marco Roos is now on for Cole McKinnon. Scott Robinson wins the free kick there. Stephen Bradley now standing over at Hamilton again. No rush to take it now, especially being 1-0 up. They've given themselves something to hold on to. And I guess at this point in time, from our point of view, Anton, is the way that we can see that goal.
Yep. Yeah. You know, stop the cross in the first place that leads to a corner, and you know, there's as big a warning sign as you need the corner beforehand, and it's when you're looking for a big winner to sort of take the pressure off. And
McGinty cuts the ball back. Ollie Shaw and held by Josh Clark. Looking at it from a Hamilton point of view, he actually probably would have been better laying it off to Maguire, who was coming in behind him. Kevin O'Hara, a late challenge there on Marco Roos. O'Hara becomes the second player into the book. Bear sends forward, looking for Watcher. Wins that battle. Now Shaw. Foul given.
Yeah, it's just we need to gather ourselves a wee bit here, because we don't want to get too erratic. Get hit by a sucker punch. There's been nothing really in the game, but we did talk about that threat. The team will know about it from set plays.
McMahon. Ball doesn't quite sit for him there. Stephen Bradley does well to win the throw in. Didn't really
have anywhere to go at all, did it? It's one where, you know, you've got him in that position. As a player, you don't want him hitting the ball off you, but you need to go and try and take the ball, if you know what I mean, rather than just standing off him. So that's what happens.
I guess the positive is for United, 22 minutes remaining plus stoppage time, of course, to try and get themselves back into this game. McLaren. For Henderson, the slip takes him past Jackson Longridge. Looking for Watcher again. Into the area it goes. Headed away by Dylan McGowan.
It's a stand up the back post that he's got on lock. Unfortunately, just not quite read that time, but
Graham once again talking to.
The fact that McGowan's marking George and George is standing in front of Sean McGinty, we should try and deliver the ball away for those two. We've then got a half chance here.
It's cleared. Again, halts. 3 Accies players down.
The only good thing about that stoppage when it happened was the fact that it was outside the box, so we'll get the ball back. So the ball is in the box when the whistle goes, just go straight to the defending team.
You wonder what Neil Lennon will be thinking sat there in that director's box next to the left of us at the moment. Obviously his Dunfermline side, his first game in charge will be here against Ayr United next weekend. You wonder what he makes of the afternoon so far.
I think he'll fancy his chances looking at what we've seen today. You know, this hasn't been a good performance by us at all, you know. It is really hard to sort of keep a momentum and a float of the game when Hamilton are playing the way they are, but you know, we need to try and do that, bring that upon ourselves.
Another score update, Morton 2, Queen's Park 1.
Wonder what the rule is here. Do all 3 of them that you go off?
I think that's what John Rankin just asked the assistant referee. Appeared to have said no.
What?
That's what I gathered from that conversation.
Surely at least one of them still needs to go off, no?
It's a head knock then, yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's a head knock or not. I think the fact that there's all 3 of them
Got treatment. They've got to go off before they come back on.
My understanding is that you go off for 30 seconds before you come back on again. As far as I'm aware, that's the law. So they should be down to 8 for at least 30 seconds.
Especially when 2 of them are their centre halves. You want to put the ball back in the box.
Slack from United again. Gives Hamilton another throw in. 72 on the clock. United 0, Hamilton 1. Main flicks on towards Oakley. Man all the way back to Josh Clark. That's a poor ball out from Josh Clark this time. Again, United similar in the first half, masters of their own downfall at times.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's also clearly an expectance for Josh to be playing that way. He's not doing it on his own accord. You know, he'll be asked to play it for the back. So in order to do that, he needs good options from the defenders, and I guess the movement was just a wee bit too late for him, and that's where the pressure comes from if he's got no options in front of him.
Scott Robinson will boot for the challenge and watch it. I think that was one of the more obvious ones.
Ourselves again here, you know, create a bit of momentum.
Kind of looking for that ball into Curtis Main, it's well cut out. And your heads forward. Calls for a shove in the back, not given. Watch it. Finds McMahon. Into McLennan. Clear by Reagan Tumilty. Ollie Shaw will give chase here. He's in behind Lenny Agbear. It was a good recovery from the unknown Celtic man.
Yeah, it was a good recovery because he looked favourite initially and Shaw did really well to get there, but he stayed calm and waited for his opportunity.
McLaren. Looking for an option. Sloppy play there from Agbear again. More Hamilton throw in. It looks to be another Ayr United change coming up here as well. Looks like Jamie Murphy will be the man to come on. Roos.
Guess.
Great ball through to George Oakley. Faced up by Sean McGinty. It's a great ball through to McLennan. Wide more to Henderson. Can he get a shot away? It's a fantastic block by Tumilty again.
Yeah, fair play to Hamilton. You know, the opportunities we have had to put the bodies on the line, you can really tell they're fighting for a life down there. It's a great pass by Marco. Get George away there.
A free kick, Curtis Main. The foul is eventually given.
I thought Rocky would get away with the first one. The minute the second one happened,
Yeah.
no way he's not letting two of them go.
Tumilty stayed down here. Murphy and Ethan Walker to come on. Conor McLennan coming off, and also number 9 George Oakley being replaced by number 21 Ethan Walker and 15 the returning Jamie Murphy. .77 minutes on the clock here. Still United 0, Hamilton 1. High foot given there against Ethan Walker. I think from the moment you saw it coming, I think he's always going to be given.
Yeah. That's a hard one, you know. It's frustrating for us to watch. Ethan's just trying to get his first touch on the ball. He's trying to get involved, but fortunately that's resulted in a free kick.
Kyle McDonald also ready to come on here for Accies as Bradley swings on towards the back post. It goes straight out of play for a goal kick. He'll now make that change.
Yeah, McDonald and Stephen Bradley off for Kyle McDonald's defensive change. Somebody with a wee bit more legs and a wee more defensive minded. They'll be putting to hold on to what they've got now. 10-15 minutes to go.
Agbear. It's a ball run across his body. McMahon. Long.
Yeah, ref's lost control.
There's a real lull around the ground at the moment. I think, as you say, that sense of frustration's kicking on the stands and in the stands as well as on the park at the moment. Hamilton again taking their time over this one. From the story of the match. Ball's already out there. Shaw. Flick forward. Cleared by Roos. Back into the area by Longridge, but Josh Clark claims that with fees.
Great touch.
Watch it half down there by Ollie Shaw. He'll receive a yellow. I guess from a Hamilton point of view there, it's a good foul to make.
Yeah. It's probably it probably is a yellow card. It's like Shaw's getting a foul in the game, yeah, but he's probably has stopped Dills on his move.
Yeah.
Great first touch from Dillon, took him away from the man, but yeah, another opportunity to just stop an attacking source.
Murphy. Oh, he did. Henderson, great ball over. Henderson's attempted ball into the area. Flies high wide of the goal, and it's another goal kick. Another chance for Hamilton to just slow that game down that little bit more.
Yeah. It's a nice play from Murphy as well to create the opportunity there, but unfortunately the ball probably just, I don't know if Jay's deliberately making that decision. I think maybe the ball's popped up. He thought he probably needs to get the shot away at that stage, but frustrating nonetheless.
Henderson flicks forward. Ethan Walker. Roos on the right wing. Drives at goal. Marco Roos, can he pull the trigger? He does. Oh, he's looking for the ball to the back post, and you will see it again. It's just slightly behind Curtis Main. Right idea, or do you fancy Marco to have a shot from there?
Yeah, I don't want him standing up anyway. It's either it's one of them where you want to aim for the far post and it gives Curtis a chance to sort of slide in and get a touch of the back post. That one's almost a perfectionist attempt to dink it up the back, but I thought the shot was on there for him. He done so well to create the chance as well.
Man looking for any sort of option. Ethan Walker again. Ball forward. What's he given there? Free kick to Free kick to Hamilton Accies, I think he's given. Off the ball.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ethan Walker's booked for it. I think I can speak for everyone, no one's got any idea what happened there. Everyone's looking up to us as if we've got some sort of answer, but I don't think any of us have got any idea.
Even the Hamilton boy beside me has just gone, no idea what that was for.
Yeah, referees. What a shocker.
It's marshalled out of play there by Kevin O'Hara. Once again, Hamilton taking their time here. 5 minutes to go of normal time. Telford as well wins the corner off of Stanger. Referee again bringing more players in for conversations again. It's winding down the clock here.
Match attendance 2,587 fans, with Ayr United 2,420 and Hamilton 167. Thanks for your support.
Will be Charlie Telford to take this one.
Holding Markinshaw.
Yeah, straight into the hands of Josh Clark. Looking for that early out ball. Finds Dempsey. Roos flicks it forward for Jay Henderson. Chance now. To the back post. Murphy. Scott McMahon. That's a great ball through from Charlie Telford, releasing Regan Tumulty. Agbear back for United. Tumulty goes for a goal and it's nowhere near the target. Will be Shaw now down with it. It's a yellow card for Marco Roos for dissent, I believe.
Well, yeah, he's been pulled in by the ref just beforehand, so I'm sure he's probably aware of it. It's frustration.
0-1 the match, sponsored by Andrew Kerr. Ayr United number 26, Lenny Agbear.
Jamie Barjonas is ready to come on for Hamilton for the last few minutes or so. Ollie Shaw will be the man to be withdrawn. And Barjonas will come on. Scott Robinson looks as if he's the furthest forward of Hamilton Accies' team for these last couple of minutes. Josh Clark's kick goes all the way out. Danger clears. Main. Dempsey. Late challenge. Man, Murphy again towards the back post. It's danger. Wide to Henderson. Watch it. Roos, ball into the area. Cleared by McGinty. Roos into the area again. It's headed clear by Dylan McGowan. Agbear. Roos. McMahon. Switch. Henderson back to Stanger, who plays it to trouble and now. Chance for Hamilton just to again. Brad Jonas. Solid challenge from Scott McMahon there. Ethan Walker. For the ball down the line to Curtis Payne, but again that final ball's just not been there for Ayr this afternoon. All the way out of play. George Stanger, 91 minutes on the clock here. Ayr United 0, Hamilton Accies Uncles 1. There. Walker flicks on towards Murphy. Can he get there? He does. Flicks it past Reagan Timothy.
Corner.
Deflected. It's out for an Ayr United corner. Should be. It is.
A bit of quality here. Oh, brilliant. Look up now. 82 minutes. He's
Yep. Lions received a booking, perhaps perhaps a lot later than he should have. Main heads forward. High foot given against Ethan Walker. Coming up to 93 minutes on the clock here. Your fans headed for the exits. Scott Robinson forced off the park there. Linus will kick forward. Agbear for Waltrip. Gets there, touch inside. You're looking for Main, headed into Dempsey. Wide to Henderson. Onto there, Waltrip, Main! Hits the post, and Ethan Walker scores! Ethan Walker scores for United! United could have snatched a point here right at the death. And they haven't had many chances all afternoon. It's a wee stroke of luck off the post from Curtis Main. And Ethan Walker taps home.
And who was it that was shouting for the referee just to blow up? It's not over till it's over.
95 minutes on the clock. Is there any time left for United to try and grab a winner here? Main. Timothy sends it forward for Scott Robinson straight away through to Josh Clark. Referee has a look at his watch. Danger, terrible ball wide to watch. It will come back to Agbear.
Go on.
Murphy.
Brilliant, Murphy.
Wide to Dylan Watcher. Can United? Oh, slightly too much on the pass. "96 minutes on the clock now here. Can't imagine there's much longer to go.
I think it was signalled there was 2 extra just after the goal, but I think that's us. 94 and a half, I think we'll get started again. So.
Full time. Ayr United snatch a point here right at the death, but I guess it's a sense of disappointment that we haven't managed to claim all 3 today, given the circumstances and perhaps what the expectations were coming into this one.
Yeah, real frustrating. Feels like 2 points dropped, but to be honest with you, by the end, it's probably a point gained.
Yep.
It didn't really look very threatening. Well done, Ethan. You know, Curtis just had it onto the post, and Ethan is brilliant just to follow it up and tap it in at the back post, because it's a point saved at this stage.
Definitely. I think, as you say, United didn't look likely at all throughout the game, and to get that goal right at the end, having looked down and out for so long, it's a sucker punch for Hamilton, who came here with a game plan and executed it to perfection almost, although aided by the referee, you'd have to say, in the stoppages in the game.
Yeah, I think it took him too long to sort of get a hold of the time-wasting tactics. He was kind of refereed by Hamilton today, and that's probably the biggest frustration. Definitely.
Well, we're back again next weekend here at Somerset Park as we face Dunfermline Athletic. Neil Lennon's Dunfermline Athletic, and that will prove to be one to watch next Saturday here. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.